Are you planning to move to Australia in 2025? Or maybe you've applied for a visa but you're worried about the recent changes? Well, buckle up because the Australian immigration system is changing in ways that will affect thousands of applicants, whether you're coming here for work, study, or permanent residency. And guess what? Many people who applied have been rejected because they didn't see these changes coming. I'm about to break it all down from what's happening, who is affected, and the biggest mistake people are making. And most importantly, how you can avoid getting caught in this whole visa nightmare. This is not just another immigration update. This is the reality of Australia's visa policy in 2025. And by the end of this video, you will have a clear roadmap on how to get your visa approved on time. Welcome to It's Me Abby, where I give you real updates, in-depth insights, and everything you need to know about moving to Australia. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and also turn on notification because I break down complex visa processing in a way that you and I can understand. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below, and also you can connect with me on my other platform. Now let's get started. 2025 has brought a wave of changes to Australia's visa policies, and not everyone is prepared for what's coming. So what's the difference? 1. Stricter application requirements. The government has increased scrutiny on applications. If your paperwork is even slightly incorrect, you could face rejection or extreme delays. 2. More rejection than ever. Immigration officers are being more selective, and the rejection rate has nearly doubled compared to 2024. 3. Longer processing times. Some visas that used to take a few months now take over a year. This is frustrating for applicants who has already made plans. 4. New priority occupations. The list of in-demand jobs has changed, meaning that some people who thought they were eligible are now being turned away. 5. A focus on genuine applicants. Authorities are now tracking down on those they believe are misusing visas, especially in student and work visa categories. Let's go deeper in each of these issues. Let's talk about real people who have been affected by these changes. Miriam from Nigeria applied for a student visa but got rejected because of lack of genuine intention. Despite getting accepted into an Australian university, immigration officer questioned her travel history. Ravi from India had a job offer but got his work visa denied because his occupation was suddenly removed from the skilled list. He had already resigned from his job in India and was left stranded. Carlos from the Philippines applied for a visitor visa but was rejected because officials suspected he wouldn't return home, even though he had a stable job back home. The new policy made it harder to prove his intent to leave Australia after his visit. These stories are not just rare cases. They are happening to thousands of people in 2025. Let's talk about why. Australia's immigration system is changing for three main reasons. 1. Overpopulation in the major cities. Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane are struggling with housing shortages, and what the government is trying to do is to limit migration so that they can ease the problem. 2. The misusing of visas. Authorities found out that some people were entering Australia on the student visas, but they are working full-time, or using a tourist visa to overstay illegally. 3. The economic recovery. Australia is prioritizing highly skilled workers, and they are rejecting the visas of those they know might not be contributing anything to the economy of the country. And what does this mean for you? It means your application must be perfect if you want to stand a chance. If your visa is rejected, can you fight back? Yes, but it's not easy. You can appeal the decision through the Administrative Appeals Tribunal, AAT, but it costs thousands of dollars in legal fees. The process can take over a year with no guarantee of success. Many cases get rejected again due to missing paperwork or lack of strong evidence. I always recommend that if your visa is rejected, you immediately consult an immigration lawyer before appealing. Here is how you can avoid being part of the rejection statistics. 1. Triple check your documents. Make sure your paperwork is 100% correct. Missing documents can mean rejection. 2. Show strong ties to your home country. If applying for a temporary visa, show evidence that you will return home, a stable job, family, property. 3. Follow the latest occupation list. If you are applying for a work visa, Check if your job is still in demand. 4. Seek professional help if your application is complex. Consult a registered migration agent. One of the biggest leading reasons why visas are getting rejected in 2025 is your travel history. Kenya's immigration system now places heavy emphasis on previous international travel when deciding whether to approve a visa. But why does this matter? 1. If you have no travel history, many first-time travelers applying for a visa get rejected because Australia sees them as a risk. They fear you might overstay or not have the financial ability to sustain yourself. 2. If you have visas refusals from other countries, if you were previously rejected by Canada, the US, or the UK, Australia might also reject you because they assume other countries found something suspicious in your application. 3. If you have overstayed a visa before, if you've ever overstayed in another country, even for a few days, this could ruin your chances of getting an Australian visa. Solution: if you have a weak travel history, start by visiting visa-friendly countries before applying for Australia. Show that you have traveled before and returned home. If you want to study in Australia, before wasting money to some migration agents, you need to know this. Student visa in Australia is no longer easy to get. The Australian government is cracking down on students because some students were using study visas as a shortcut to work full-time instead of actually studying. Many universities were over-enrolling students, causing strain on accommodation and resources. The government is worried that too many students are staying permanently, affecting local job markets. What's changed? 1. Higher financial proof. You now need to show more money in your bank account to prove you can afford tuition and living expenses. 2. Stricter English requirements. If your IELTS or TOEFL score is too low, you will be denied. 3. More visa rejection for low-quality courses. If you apply for a diploma course with no strong career perspective, immigration may assume you are not a genuine student. What you should do before applying: choose a course that matches Australian skilled shortage lists and ensure your study plans make sense for your career goals. If you're applying for Australia's 482 temporary shortage visa, listen up, things have changed. 1. More restrictions on sponsors. The company that hires you must prove they couldn't find an Australian worker for your job, and the government is making this harder. 2. Stricter experiencing requirements. Some occupations now require more years on work experience than before. 3. Processing delays. Some 4 visa applicants are waiting over 9 months, compared to 3 to 6 months in previous years. How to increase your chances? Apply through an employer with a strong history of sponsoring workers successfully. Double check if your job is still on the skill list before applying. Have all required documents ready to avoid delays. A lot of people don't realize that a simple mistake can lead to instant rejection. And here are some of the most common mistakes that people make in 2025. 1. Fake or incomplete bank statement. If your financial document looks suspicious, your application is likely to be denied. 2. Submitting the wrong visa type. Many applicants apply for visitor visas when they actually intend to work or study. Immigration can see through this easily. 3. Not declaring previous visa refusals. If you hide the fact that another country rejected your visa, Australia immigration will find out and ban you. 4. Applying for visas that don't match your profile. For example, a 45-year-old applying for a working holiday visa will get rejected because of the age restrictions. In 2025, proving you have enough money is more important than ever. Different visas now require higher proof of fund, and many applications are getting rejected because applicants don't meet these new financial requirements. Student visa subclass 500. You now need at least AUD 24,505 in your bank account to cover tuition and living costs. Skilled worker visas. Some visa subclasses now require you to show employment contracts with guaranteed salary before approval. Visitor visas. If you don't show enough money to cover your trip, immigration might assume you are coming to work illegally. Tips to avoid rejection. Ensure your bank statements match your income history. Get an official letter from your bank to confirm your funds. Don't borrow money last minute just to meet the visa requirements. It's easy to detect. If you're still watching to this end, that means you're serious about moving to Australia. Let me know in the comment section below, what is your biggest concern about the visa changes in 2025? And don't forget to subscribe because I'll be covering more visa updates and tips
in the next video. See you in the next one.